starting their first day of school without the skills that they need. 50%. So that's half of our children, half of the people that make up the future of our country. They're turning up to school in their itchy uniforms and their tight shoes just to discover that they're already behind. Their first opportunity in their tiny lives, and they're running to keep up. It just doesn't seem fair. And it's hard to imagine today, when we're in such a beautiful place, in healthy, happy Hertfordshire, which is the county of opportunity, to know that 6 children in every reception class don't have the basics they need to make the most of that opportunity. They may not be able to hold a pen properly. They might not be able to use the bathroom, be able to eat their own lunch unaided, to have a conversation with their new friends that is so important. I'm sure Ken will tell you that the first chapter of a book is very important for the setup of the rest of the novel. And yet before the story of these children's lives have started, they've already been written. Now, if this problem had no solution, it would be an absolute tragedy, but it'd be one we can live with, because we'd have to. But this problem has a solution. It's a really simple solution, because in the story of these children's lives, there are other protagonists, and these people love these children more than anything else, including themselves. And at Homestart, we call them the parents. Because at Homestart, we believe that it's parents that are the key to all of our future. We've got really big hopes about what we can do to support parents in Hertfordshire. So today marks the launch of our new grown-up Hertfordshire charity. It's every bit the wonderful organisation that has supported families for more than 2 generations in some places across Hertfordshire, and thousands of families. And it's every bit the unbelievable charity that supported my family and gave us hope in our darkest days. But this new charity, which was forged by crisis, has grown up and has given us even more strength of purpose than we had before. So we're going to change, and as well as supporting the families that we already do, we're going to put some new things in place. We've got specialised training now for our volunteers so that they can support expectant families who are most at risk of experiencing perinatal mental health problems. Because we know that if we invest early there, we can make a massive difference. We're working with schools now, and we have a schools liaison officer who's been very excellent technical assistant as well today, who's going to be working with schools to help us identify those families that have started school and need our support. But we're also going to be rolling out our Big Hopes, Big Futures programme right across the county. This is preschool, to ensure that every child, when they meet those opportunities, they have everything that they need to meet their challenges, so that they get the success that they deserve for the future, and that's about investing in all of us. So, when it comes to investment, I'm asking everybody in this room to make an investment in Homestart. Now, we never ask people to invest more than they can, or less than they can, because we'd never ask that of anyone. And I think if you look in your packs, you'll find a little card. Let me see, I've got one here. Talk about an investment. It's got a beautiful picture of a child on it. And it says, "My pledge to Homestart Hertfordshire is." The investment is that I think this took Susie about 2 hours to take this photograph. She invested a good couple of hours in her life to make it. So, this is Maya. She's our model for the whole of our event today. And she's actually grown up, as you can see from your invitation to here. She's already grown up. So she's invested. She's only 14 months old, so there's no excuse for everyone else. So what I'd like you to do is to think of something you can do for Homestart. Now, it might be that you could share your Homestart story. You could share it on social media. You could come and make a video with us about your story. We could ask you if you'll go on our media list, because we get contacted by television and radio all the time looking for people who are happy to come on. You can invest your time. volunteers are the absolute backbone of our organisation. They're everything. They're the ones who go out and do the work. So if you want to become a home visiting volunteer, we would love you to come and join us. But there are other voluntary positions that you can have. So think about that. You could become a champion for us. I know that there are change makers in this room. There are people who sit on councils or on other bodies where you could be our voice. So you can invest your time, but also become a Homestart champion. And we'd also like you to invest your money. Now, I'm not going to go Bob Geldof on you, but although we are a voluntary organisation, we're not an amateur organisation. We make sure that our volunteers have support, that they have proper regulated support, because we're dealing with vulnerable families and children. So Homestart doesn't come free, just the best value for money. In actual fact, to support a family for a whole year, you couldn't support a family in care for a week. So it's a great value for money option. And I'd like to also point out that in your folders you'll find that there is a direct debit form, so you can spread your gift over the year. £2 a month will pay for the materials for a prep course for new volunteers. £10 a month would actually pay for us to run a prep course, and £42 a month would support a family all the way through the Big Hopes, Big Futures programme. So please have a look at those. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to get your pledge cards out and think of something that you could pledge to do. It can be as big and small or as different as you like. I know we've got a few people in the room who've already filled out their pledge cards, and I know we've got some rather special pledges that people would like to make in the room. So if you could fill it out with anything that you're prepared to do, and then I'm going to ask my glamorous assistants, where are my glamorous assistants, to come to the two pledge boards at the front, and we're going to pin your pledges on there so that we know that they're there, and we're going to leave them up there for the rest of the time. So who would like to make a pledge? Who would like to hand their pledge over? I know there's one at the back that's quite an interesting one. You might as well go for it.
Someone is pledging to walk 110 kilometres across the Sahara.
Be Decorum's lead champion for Homestart, using my role as a counsellor at every possible opportunity.
This is one of my favourite things I think I've ever read out. We're doing a naked Christmas calendar with the businesses in St Albans, with all the profits going to Homestart. Sue she's thinking about becoming a Homestart volunteer again. So
and Chris Days can continue to support Homestart with their media and the website.
The Mayor of St Albans, I'm going to make sure I let people know about the work of Homestart whenever I can and wherever appropriate.
And this one here is to continue to refer families to Homestart.
That I will continue to volunteer to work with families that I am matched with and help with fundraising activities. Thank you, Maureen, who's a volunteer.
I pledge to champion and support our volunteers by being there to listen and praise their heroic efforts whenever possible.
To share my family Homestart story, someone we've supported, and they will tell people about their experience. Thank you.
To raise awareness of Homestart from Mayor of Hertford through the year. Thank you. And someone to give their time and expertise to bid for funding from large companies to generate some sustainable income. Thank you.